Welcome back to part 2 of how to make the entire Taco Bell classic menu. If you haven't seen the first part, click here or here or here. Somewhere around here we'll post the thing.
The second part of Taco Bell, a chalupa in the mail, stuffed burritos, a fine quesadilla on my mind, 'cause your favorite pretty dahlia, but a woman squirting water, making it big friends at home. You never feel alone, such delicious food will elevate your mood. Every butt of them thinking, grab another drink and make Taco Bell. Woo, woo, woo. Taco Bell.
Growing up, my buddies and I used to eat a ton of fast food. Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's. But Taco Bell, there was something like special and exotic about it because they had tacos at the time, like we didn't have access to tacos.
It's true. We grew up on the classic American food, the burgers, the fries, the chicken
wings,
nuggets.
yeah.
So Taco Bell comes in with the Mexican flair.
Spicy stuff
But
going on.
seriously, I wasn't a big Taco Bell guy. This dude, him and his football meathead friends, yes, Bob Clay, Bogan, I'll get you back for shoving me in those lockers when I was a freshman, you were senior. They would take down Taco Bell like I have never seen.
Yeah, and the thing about it was you could go there and they had the tacos and stuff, but they started coming out with these crazy creations like the Crunchwrap Supreme and the Gordita, things that I assume were Mexican. Then you go to Mexico and like, let me get one Crunchwrap Supreme and you get like hit in the face.
We're moving on to the steak, and we decided to go with flank steak. I can guarantee you Taco Bell is not using the finest flank steak, but we figured that
They're flanking their steak.
They're flanking it, but they're not using the whole flank steak. So that's what we used. We thought it'd be great to use that as chunky steak chunks.
Any steak that's going to be like tender when you grill it, you chunky steak it and
Chunky steak chunks. We started off with just a little marinade. We squeezed in some lime juice, and then we added a little cocoa powder, and I'm sure that was like a traditional
It was on the
Mexican-
ingredient list.
Yeah, it was on the Taco Bell ingredient list. Added some of that dried onion, a little bit of garlic powder, some brown sugar, that extra sweetness, salt and pepper, and just a little bit of oil. We let that marinate. You could let that marinate for a long time. We
Years.
didn't have that long, but it still was delicious. We took it out of the pan and just kind of let the liquid pour off so it didn't all burn. Got a pan hot, nice and hot, and just started searing those sides. And look at this, look at these brownage, and the smell was insane. The chocolate aromas.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
God,
You could
that
avoid the
was
chocolate,
shit.
but I'd say try it. If you got cocoa powder lying around.
Highly suggest. So we took that, and since it was a pretty thick piece of flank steak, we threw it in the oven, and that thing came out so nice. We sliced it up, so medium rare and juicy. We definitely lost some juice, but the great thing about losing juice is you can just put the meat back into the pool of juice.
Why
and
did they
it's-
think you have to lose it? You just put it back in?
You just put it, just reinsert the
Still
juice. It's gonna have fun. It's gonna come together.
For the chicken, which was always my personal favorite, I used to get the taco for some
You're
reason.
a bitch.
For some reason, back in the day, I always thought like the chicken was the healthy. For the chicken breast, all you do is take a bowl, add some lime juice to that, about half of a lime, a little bit of garlic and onion powder or the onion dehydration. You can do the fresh if you want. Why not? Extra better. A little cilantro, salt, pepper, oil. Boom goes the chicken. Let that marinate. Because there's some citrus in there, you don't want it to marinate more than like an hour or two. Otherwise, it can start to get a little bit weird. Then, fry it up in a pan. It was thick. You don't want to overcook the chicken breast. That's why people think chicken breast sucks, because they overcook it. So toss it in the oven until it's... And you want to feel it. When you feel it, it's kind of like...
It's like a firm breast.
It's firm, but not super firm. Like, you want it just firm enough.
Gives.
Then we sliced it up, tossed it in its own juices, and boom, there goes your chicken.
One of the all-time greatest sauces there is, and Taco Bell invented it, the Baja sauce, which actually isn't even on the menu anymore.
No, so it's the same sauce, but now they call it creamy jalapeno. So we're going to refer to it as creamy jalapeno and Baja. It's the same thing.
The Baja. The Baja's nice because it's fresh, so we're going to start off with some fresh ingredients, throw them right into the food processor. You just slice off some red pepper, maybe a quarter of that thing, 2 cloves of garlic, a quarter of an onion.
But you want it to be a sweet onion, like
Sweet
Vidalia or
onion,
Spanish.
Yes. And then half a jalapeno. Feel free to keep in the seeds if you want it spicy. So start blending that up till you basically get a nice vegetable puree. And once it's all pureed and delicious, this is a weird thing, but we're actually going to take some of that flavor juice out. So we're going to strain it off, get that juice out, and just leave the chunky bits. Get another bowl, Add those chunky, pureed, delicious vegetables to the bowl. Add in just a few scoops of sour cream, and then even it out with some mayo, so about half to half.
Like a half a cup of each.
Hit it with a little vinegar just to bring out all those flavors. Sprinkle in some cumin and a little bit of salt and pepper. Stir that up. You have creamy heaven, the Baja
This sauce will change your game.
It will change your game.
It's so good. When I first tried it, I started to cry.
The quesadilla is very classic, but you can't go without it. It was definitely one of my favorite dishes. I didn't get it all the time at Taco Bell, but just in general, quesadilla is
I don't know
fantastic.
if I think quesadilla came in a little bit later in the game.
You think so?
I don't know if it
just
was
high
always
demand. High demand. Taco Bell needed
Get
it.
it, high
So
demand.
let's get after it. You obviously start with the soft shell tortilla. Sprinkled on both cheddar cheese and a little Monterey. And then we added some of that juicy steak. Look at those chunks. On top of the steak, we added some of that creamy Baja sauce. And this was very unique because when the Baja sauce melted and fused in with the cheese, we had something extremely tasty and very addicting. Then you gotta grill that thing. You gotta get it crispy. The worst quesadillas are the ones that are flimsy and soft.
Yeah.
Not the point.
Well, you
We're
gotta
getting
fold
it
it over
super
first.
crispy. So we got it crispy on one side, and then we just folded it over, serve that up. You use a little bit of that fire sauce, and quesadilla. So simple, but you can't go without it. Taco Bell.
Anyway, next on, my personal favorite Taco Bell thing of all time was the gordita. And I didn't know what it meant. I assumed it was like a, a very classic Mexican dish. But when I asked them what it was, they were like, it's actually, a crispy flat, whatever the hell. But I asked my Spanish teacher, and she says it means little fatty. So gordita translates to little fatty, but what it is basically, it's a flatbread. Instead of using a soft shell taco, they make a taco in a flatbread, and this used to blow me away. So what you do is, if you can't find flatbreads, which hopefully you can. If not, use a pita. But take a nice big flatbread, heat it up in a pan with a little bit of oil. It's gonna be hard at first, but it will start to soften up. And then you take your chicken. Instead of sour cream, use that creamy jalapeno, which the Baja, the Baja Gordito, that was my shit, right? The Baja Gordito is my shit. Jesus, and Mike's gotta take a shit. So you take that flatbread that's cooked up and nice and soft, you add your chicken, you add that Baja, that creamy jalapeno sauce, little lettuce, tomato, and then you go on with your cheese. You can do both cheeses, a little Monterey Jack and cheddar, and boom, you have this delicious thing. You wrap it up, you eat it, and you have an incredibly good time with your life.
The chalupa. Don't know where the name came from, what the hell it means, but it is freaking delicious. You take those flatbreads, so similar to
It's
the
a gordita that's been fried.
The gordita action with the flatbread, you take that, you fry that off on both sides. And you know you're in for something special when you're frying that thing.
Flatbread.
So what we did, we started to form it into like a taco form. Once you start deep frying, it starts to stiffen up.
Not usually.
We turned it over and just got it into a nice taco form, and then we loaded it in with our ingredients. We hit it with that chicken. We finished off our chicken, the sour cream, the lettuce, the tomatoes, and the cheese.
Double cheese.
More munching, more munching.
The grilled stuffed burrito, believe it or not, was another favorite. Apparently all of them were my favorites, but I seriously loved the grilled stuffed burrito. Problem was, when I went back to look what was in it, there's so many different, there's the XXL stuff, the goddamn stuffed burrito. So I'm just doing whatever I want in this case.
Whatever we have.
Whatever we had, yeah. So we take a big tortilla, right? And you can, if you put it in the microwave for 10 seconds, you get it hot, that helps wrap it. I didn't do that, and you'll see what happens because I didn't. So put some of those refried beans down, a little bit of steak, a bunch of bit of steak, sour cream, lettuce, tomatoes, nacho cheese, regular cheese, and some of that fire sauce. and then you just wrap it up. What you do is you fold in the sides first, then you fold it over, and then you just wrap it up and try to do your best. The thing is, you want to stuff it, but you don't want to stuff it too far. So if there's too much, to take a little bit out.
That's what she said.
That's exactly what she said. Heat up a pan, a little bit of oil, and then just fry it seal side down first, and then fry it on every side. And you get this like crispy burrito. Oh my God, it's incredible. The cheesy gordita crunch. I wasn't gonna do this one because it's similar to some of the other ones, but Bub and Clay, they strangled me in my sleep saying,
Bub and Clay?
You'll find out one day.
Find out.
Check out the how to smoke an entire rabbit video. Bub and Clay are in that one. So they love the cheesy gordita crunch. It's kind of like the double decker, except what you do is you take just a standard beef taco like the one we made before. You know, beef, sour cream, lettuce, tomato, a little bit of cheese, and then instead of the soft shell, you use the flatbread. But you heat that up with cheese on top. So that cheese, you basically just wrap that around that hard shell taco, and then when you're eating it, you're getting this like cheesy gooiness as well as the non-cheesy gooiness on top.
My God, they won't stop. Please share this video, my friends. The complete guide to making the classic Taco Bell menu. Share this puppy, like this puppy.
Subscribe
to this puppy, and just have a good all day.
Brothersgreen.com for some craziness. We got awesome shirts there. You can buy all kinds of shirts we made, posters, the zing. There's some stuff going on up there.
Buy those.
And also a special thanks to Healthy Junk Food, and another special thanks to that graveyard plate, which all the food we couldn't finish is on this plate.
Oh wow!
What the hell is that right there?
This is the Taco Bell graveyard. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this thing to the streets to see if anybody's willing to try any of this stuff. Head out with me. We're gonna see if the tasty cravers on the street are gonna enjoy our creation.
Have you realized you get fat eating Taco Bell 5 times a day?